Now, 2 days after the breach of Kherson Dam in Ukraine, shelling took place in the Kherson area shortly after the visit of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on the southern region yesterday. This comes as rescue teams were working to save thousands of people trapped by catastrophic flooding caused by the rupture of a major dam on the Dnieper River. Ukraine and Russia accused each other of shelling in the flooded Kherson. Prosecutor General's office said 2 other people were wounded in the incident and 4 were hurt in a separate location, and that war crimes investigation had been opened. The Interior Ministry said 8 people had been wounded during Russia's strikes on Kherson, but mentioned no deaths. Meanwhile, Russia's Defense Ministry claims to have repelled a Ukrainian armored vehicle and tank offensive in the Zaporizhia region yesterday. So has the counteroffensive of Ukraine officially begun? And more importantly, what does this mean for the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine? We have a journalist now joining us. Ingrid Kim is now joining us to help us understand what does this mean as far as the ongoing war is concerned. Ingrid, first I want to understand, what do you make of the counteroffensive of Ukraine, which we are now understanding has truly begun?
Yeah, I think it's starting now, counteroffensive attack from Ukraine side. And now Russia will be already in a critical situation. Maybe it will be significant about fight Bakhmut, because it was a strategic point for Russian army, and I think it will be something to end the war, or let's see when something will change, because it really becomes really difficult and dangerous for Russians, because the drones which the Ukrainian army sent to us, it's a reach for Moscow. I think it's not good for our country, so we need to stop it by continuously happening war since from 2022. I think it's a critical moment for Russian army, and Ukrainian will see how we will attack Bakhmut, is where mostly concentrated our military now. I think so.
Ingrid, I also want to understand, as far as the counteroffensive is concerned, we are now understanding the focus for Ukraine first will be that bridge that's connecting to Zaporizhia to try and cut off Russia completely. How crucial will that be? If Ukraine manages to get hold as far as that bridge that is connecting to Zaporizhia, how big a setback will that be to Moscow?
I'm a little bit didn't get your question again. Can you reformulate?
Okay, I think we seem to be having a really bad connection as far as Ingrid is concerned. We'll try and re-establish that connection. But as we're pointing out that this counteroffensive of Ukraine has truly now officially begun, will this be a big turning point as far as the war is concerned? Let's take a look at some reactions.
Thank you for coming on a very short notice. But the urgency of the situation requires from us making our position clear. I would like to read the following statement. We express our profound concern over the reported shelling of Kherson, Ukraine, during the evacuation from the areas flooded after the destruction of the dam of the Kakhovka hydroelectric power plant. According to the Kherson local authorities, at least 9 people, including police, medical, and rescue personnel, were wounded today in the city as a result of shelling that occurred during the ongoing evacuation operation. We strongly condemn shellings of evacuation areas and call on the Russian Federation to cease such attacks and allow the evacuation teams to safely help the affected civilian population. We also urge the Russian Federation to grant full, safe, and unimpeded access to the affected areas of the left bank of the Dnieper River, which are currently under its military control, for humanitarian actors, in particular those from the United Nations and ICRC, to help affected local residents.